everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Creative Mode with Goober. Today's episode, we're gonna be using this mangrove swamp for something. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. When I saw this mangrove swamp, I thought, I don't really know what I could do here. But now I realized, wait, there's something I probably could do with this. And, it's something that I think you might have seen before if you've, watched Hermitcraft. Now, let's take some of these mangrove roots and maybe some of these logs. And let's find a little spot right here by the coast. And, yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. I think I found a really good spot, like right here. Okay. So what I kind of want to do is kind of just sort of just start getting into the build, you know. Not think too deeply about it at first. Just build it out as you go, you know. So we'll just use these roots. Or actually, I think these roots would look better down here, right? Yeah, they'd look a little better down here. Maybe have it there, and then maybe use some of the muddy roots if we can find some. Where are the natural blocks? There we go, muddy mangrove roots. Use some of these. Replace the dirt with them. There we go, and then also replace the sand with them too. Just really imply an earthy sort of... Yeah, there we go. Let's also take some mangrove wood here. We'll get these slabs and some other stuff ready. Cap off these top parts. We're basically just gonna be going ahead and building out a kind of dock, you know. Hope you guys have been having a pretty good day. I've been having a mostly alright one. I don't know, I've felt just a little tired today. Might have overslept just a bit, so that could be a cause to my issues. But who knows? I don't really dwell on these matters too much. I think that looks alright. You know, you can't be 100% satisfied with everything you do, especially when it comes to building. So you just have to take everything you do in stride sometimes. Because sometimes you can get really far into a project and then realize, wait, that's not really how I wanted to do that, you know. But then you realize, oh, I've already spent all this time doing it, so might as well try and make the best of the situation. And that's what I like to do sometimes. I try my best to make the best of a situation, especially when there's nothing much else I can do, you know. I think it'd be cool if we did this, where we have planks, but then logs will separate each section, really. Like that. Up. And there we go. And I think after we get away from the sort of beachy shore, we use slabs instead. Because slabs are also a good way to save on stuff like planks, you know. And there you have it. We're kind of just building out a sort of pier here. We're not doing anything too crazy. We're just making a nice little pier. And, you know, if we don't have time to do it, we'll continue on with a little hut the next episode, maybe. I don't know. You guys might like that. I like the idea. So I want to sort of flesh out and build out this creative world as much as I can. So doing little things here and there, adding to the world as a whole, are just a few little ways I can think of fleshing out and making this world something of its own, you know. And you know, if I find some ideas on here that I quite like, maybe I can bring them into my survival world, you know. There are some canal designs that I want to try out, um, that I think I could practice with on this world, and I can, you know, I can show you guys, I can build them with you, then we can decide from there whether or not they'd be a good fit for my survival let's play. This is looking pretty nice. I think I want to start, uh, let's see. This is looking very nice. I think I want to make like one last bit that kind of, how do I put this? Sort of just juts out and doesn't require um, any of these, logs. Juts out like this, you know. I think that looks good. And then to make it look more nicer, I think we should add some lanterns. We could either do regular lanterns, but I really like the look of copper lanterns. So maybe we can alternate and use some of these exposed ones. I really like their vibe. And yeah, I think this pier is pretty nice, and we can work on a bit of a sort of fisherman hut. That's part of this sort of mangrove biome, you know, this mangrove experience. And I kind of want it to be basically like right next to here. Let's establish a sort of foundation first. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there. Let's make it 7 wide, or 5 wide and 7 long. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here. All right. I think this is good. And we'll replace all of this with some mud. I really like the packed mud specifically. We'll do a bit of mud bricks, and then we'll use some regular mud combined with this, these muddy mangrove roots. So the more brick-like mud, I think, would go here. Right? And then it goes into sort of packed mud. It's drier. And then we'll have some muddy mangrove roots, and then regular mud sort of down here on the sides, you know. That to imply a sort of progression. I don't know, for me, I like figuring out things as I build. I don't put too much crazy thought into exactly what I'm doing. I just let the build speak to me as I work. And if, you know, an idea doesn't turn out the way I want it, well, I can always try again. Nothing's gonna be the perfect the first go around, and you shouldn't try to make something look perfect. You know, your first go around. That looks okay for now. It looks a little messy, but you know, that's fine. We like our little messes here because they are an opportunity for us to improve and keep working at it, you know. I've learned it from somewhere that any opportunity you can take to make a learning opportunity, you take it. And I think that looks pretty nice right there. So we are going to go back to our mangrove set of blocks. And perhaps we should also try using some other blocks as well. Where is it? It's down here, I think, by the chest barrel. Yeah, there we go. That's the one I was looking for. Barrel. And then instead of muddy mangrove roots, I want to get some of the regular mangrove roots and use that. So I want to put packed mud here to imply sort of dry crackliness. And then kind of just scatter some mud bricks on here, but then also put packed mud to give it a more earthy tone. And then there. Right there. Alright, that looks good. How's that looking? Yeah, that looks good. I think, ooh, you know what I can add? Some coarse dirt. There we go. That's what I was thinking. Coarse dirt. And some here and there. Really bringing into the whole sort of a little rundown, but also like not really sort of vibe. I think this part should be more muddy mangrove. And then build this up just a bit. I think this side should be taller while this side should be shorter because I want to go for a more slanted roof design. Now then, we are gonna go grab some functional blocks. You know, we're gonna grab our crafting table, we're gonna grab our smoker, we're gonna grab our furnace, and we're also gonna grab, I'm thinking a brown bed this time around. I'm gonna have like a little brown bed here. Have maybe a smoker here, crafting table, furnace, and then where are our barrels? I removed them. We'll have one here, and you know we could also make this a more functional base build. There we go. There we go, and have these sort of act as like supported beams, you know. Make it just a bit a touch more practical. We could replace the mangrove with a different type of slab. I'd say jungle really fits and then that, and then perhaps some mud brick and maybe this. Ooh, yes, that very well matches the sort of vibe we're going for. We'll just add one exposed waxed exposed cut copper slab. That really matches the aesthetic, I think. We'll just add a touch of jungle to add to this. And speaking of jungle, we'll take some jungle, we'll take some mangrove, and let's make a roof, shall we? So what I'm thinking for this roof, I want a bit of a slant, you know? So what I think is really important is figuring out how to make it look slanty. That's like a tricky thing to do with roofs, because you try to make them look slanty and then they just seem off, and they don't look as slanty as you want them to look. There's always just a bit of imperfection when you try doing it. And yeah, we're just gonna try our best to make this look as nice as possible. Maybe something more like this. Yeah. Ooh, yes. I like how odd it is. Odd looking it is. Then we're gonna use jungle. Ooh, what if we reverse it? I like that. I like that, yeah. We reverse that. Then we use the jungle slabs. We build it up here. We use mangrove again. And then jungle slabs once more. Then mangrove stairs along the back. I believe a mangrove stair right there. And then mangrove stair there. Slab. Another stair. Stair. A slab. Slab. Bottom slab. Now, if this, like I think I said this earlier, but if this is looking quite similar to something you might have seen on like Hermitcraft, that's very well intentioned. This is very much inspired by Grian's Fisherman Hut from, I believe, season 10 of Hermitcraft. It's very intentional that it's meant to invoke that that build. I love that specific Hermitcraft build. So yeah, you if and if some for some unknown reason you guys haven't seen Hermitcraft or heard of Hermitcraft like ever, I don't know how you haven't really, or how you know Hermitcraft, or how you know me but haven't heard of Hermitcraft before. I suggest you check it out. It's a really fun Minecraft series, and it's like this. It's such a great. It's such a great like inspo for me and probably some of my other creators here on YouTube, who like truly really enjoy that this the style of that style of content. And yeah, it's not perfect. It's supposed to be all rickety and stuff, and I could definitely do with uh more skill at this type of thing. Let's add a little chimney before we close off this episode, though. I will say, good effort. Yeah. And that's really the only thing you can really hope for with these sorts of things. You just want to put your best effort into whatever you're doing. And I like the idea that this kind of just juts out into there, then maybe use these to sort of imply kind of break right that like that, right? And then maybe a stair here, And then instead of this one, we have that, right? Oh, yes, I like that. Very much like that. And some more moss. And, yeah. I'd say that's looking pretty good. And with that, the episode has come to an end. I really hope you guys liked this episode. Once again, I've been Goober Jam. You guys have been a fantastic audience. I would like to call this my Mangrove. I don't know. I'll figure out a funnier name for this. Definitely some notes for this episode. This could be a lot more better blended. This pier, it could be a whole lot more interesting. But overall, I really like the roof of this house. I think the chimney, it's a nice touch. I definitely need to add some lights to this, like maybe here and there, like there. But yeah, with that, I shall see you guys in the next episode. Leave your suggestions for what I should try building next in the comment section down below. And as always, I've been Goober Jam. You guys have been a terrific audience. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. With that, take care and much love, you guys. Bye-bye.